Alright there YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I've got a $200 grease gun and a $20 grease gun. This grease gun here is my old tried and true pistol grip manual grease gun. You know, these things are really inexpensive, they work, they put grease in the fitting, and they do their job. How can you go wrong? 20 bucks. This here is the Milwaukee battery powered cordless grease gun, and these run about $200. Now if you're like me and you don't like to spend money and you're a tight ass, why would you buy a $200 grease gun when a $20 grease gun does the same job? Yeah, it might take a little more work, but you know what, a lot of times I'm willing to do a little extra work to save a couple of bucks. Now I tend to grease whatever equipment I'm running at least once a week while I'm using it. So you're talking I'm going to grease a full truck and trailer at least 52 times a year. I'm going to grease other things in between. That's a lot of grease. Now last week when I serviced this truck and trailer and I greased the whole thing front to back, I greased the whole truck in about 16 minutes using this grease gun. Now, and it was cold out. Now, normally with the pistol grip style grease gun, in the summertime that would have taken me about 30 to 35 minutes. So you add that up over a year, you're talking 13 hours of saved time. So 13 hours of my time is worth 200 bucks. So anyway, enough talking, let's get to a little bit of a comparison on these two grease guns. I'm going to hook the grease gun up. These take about 10 pumps of grease. I know you guys can't really see effort on camera, but this is taking quite a bit of effort to push this cold grease into this cold fitting. Now here's one kind of cool thing about this grease gun is I know that bottom fitting there is going to take about 10 pumps worth of grease, so I'm going to move this knob to 10. We can go ahead and pull this off, move to our next grease fitting. Alright, so we're down here on the trailer axle here now. Going to grease the S-cam up. And I'll tell you, this thing just does not seem to care how cold it is. This thing just pumps grease like it's nothing. Now I figured I'd have a number of people ask me what I typically use for grease. This is what I use. It's the Mystic number 2. I think one good thing to try to keep in mind is not all greases are compatible with each other. There's a lot of good greases out there, but I would suggest find something you like and then try to stick with it. Don't try to change greases all the time. You know, try to find one grease that you like and stick with just that grease. Now I've got something in mind for this that I think it's going to be a real challenge for it, so let's go out and give that a shot. Alright, so now all of my regular viewers should recognize this project. This is a 83 Peterbilt 359 that's been a ongoing restoration project on the channel here. Now, on the front end of this truck, in the Kingpins, there's a lot of old, hard, dried up packed grease in there that makes it very difficult to grease these Kingpins. I did get some grease in them back when I did the steer axle hub conversion on it, switched it over from Bud wheels to hub pilot so I could put the different wheels on it. and I was able to get them to take grease by heating up the kingpins and basically forcing the grease into it. Now I tried to grease them again back earlier this summer, and I couldn't get grease to go in them again, and I haven't tried to grease them again since then. Might end up actually having to do kingpins on this truck if I'm not able to get them to take grease reliably. So anyway, if this grease gun can push grease into those kingpins in this cold weather, I'll be highly impressed. I actually don't think it's going to do it, but I want to give it a shot here and see if it'll do it. So holy cow, that one actually took grease. Let's try the bottom one. Oh. Holy cow, that bottom one took grease too. Let's go over to the other side. Well, I'll be dipped. All right, so down to the last kingpin on this one. It wasn't wanting to take grease, so but I was down to 2 bars on the battery. So went ahead and I charged the battery for a little bit. We're gonna give it a shot again. Would you look at that? Just pushing that old hard grease right out of there. Well, color me impressed. I honestly didn't think it would do it. So anyway, I think this is a great product. I think that it works very well. I kind of wish I would have been so stubborn and bought one of these a lot sooner, because it's a great tool and I think it's really going to be an asset to the shop here. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. Thank you. Have a great day.